The third thing, and we have mentioned this before, is that there is no such thing as evil or the devil or demons. This is, as we have said, a human construction to explain why humans do some of the things that they do. Because if a human does something terrible to another human, tortures and murders them, for example, and humans are outraged and horrified at this sort of behavior, if other humans felt that this individual who had committed these crimes against this other person, if they felt that that was a human quality, what does that mean for humanity? It means anybody is capable of performing these crimes. So to step away from that, because nobody wants to feel that they could do that sort of thing, to step away from that, they have created something that is not seen, that is not felt unless the mind creates it. There is no sensory experience of it, an opposite to the other non-sensory experience that they have in their life, which is God, pure light goodness. They have created the opposite to that, to explain why humans do some of the things that they do. But it is a human construction. Also, these sorts of energies, these negative or evil energies, however you would like to express them, were also created and utilized with great effect in many ancient prehistoric tribes to teach children, to keep people safe within the tribal group and not to bring damage to the group. For example, if there is a poisonous snake, how will you tell the children and others in the group that this snake is poisonous, this snake will kill you? If you see one in our village or camp area, we must do something about it. They created stories about that being, and they gave it a more otherworldly energy, so that it was more frightening, because the otherworldly energy cannot be seen. So it was not just a physical creature that had fangs and venom that would kill you, it was something driving that made it do that. That was the frightening part, not the snake. So this has been going on for many generations, but it had a functional quality to it. Then religion, as with many things in religion that came from these sorts of myths and beliefs and pagan rituals, religion took these up and created a much more frightening and real, if you like, energy, because it was opposite the goodness. So therefore it must be real, because we all know that if there is something positive, there must be a negative. Everything has its opposite. So it's very easy to create that kind of image and feeling. But it is important to know that there is no such thing as evil or demons. Yes, within human behavior there are positive and negative behavioral patterns, and so this is not to diminish the terrible crimes that have happened against humans. For example, the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust under Hitler. we're not saying that it was merely a negative event. What we are using the positive and negative analogy is that we are talking about energy. So sometimes you will meet somebody and they will not be nice to you, or their energy is something that you wish to move away from because there is some sort of negativity around it. Sometimes people attribute that negative energy to an entity or an evil spirit that is hanging around or has inhabited that individual. Again, this is not why people have a negative aura or a negative energy around them. It is the reason people have this is it is the way they process what is happening around them and what is happening to them. Because sometimes one thing can happen to one person and they process it in a way that is not so bad. It is not negative, it is not positive, it is just something that has happened. A week later, the same thing might happen to that person, but in the morning before that has happened, they've had a fight with their husband or their wife, and so they are upset, and then when this thing happens, it is a negative impact. They process it negatively. So this does not, but a lot of people feel that individuals are surrounded by entities. They may be surrounded by negative energies that the individual themselves have created